Hello, you're watching 7's Afternoon News live from Perth. I'm Natalia Cooper. We begin with the hunt for a gunman after a carjacking in Perth's southeast. A 20-year-old man was ordered out of his father's car at Seville Grove yesterday. He spoke to 7's Grant Taylor. Thanks, Grant. Police are searching for a man over the indecent assault of a teenage girl at Cottesloe last month. The 13-year-old has told police the man touched her bottom and made a sexual comment while she was walking on Forest Street near the Seaview Golf Course. He's described as 40 to 50 years old, bald with a plaited goatee beard. Police want anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers. A Perth mother has told of her devastation after her home was broken into and her dead husband's wedding ring stolen. Jo Mullings came home from lunch yesterday to find thieves had taken the ring and hers from inside the box that holds her husband's ashes.
Yeah. Devastated, just devastated. There are no words for it.
Blake Johnson will have more tonight at 6. Heavily armed police have laid siege to a Gold Coast home following reports of gunshots, only to discover the residents had been cracking a stock whip. Negotiators convinced 5 people to surrender after neighbours raised the alarm.
Today's incident really appears to have been a party where the residents have used a stock whip to create what sounded like gunshots.
All 5 were taken into custody. 2 others drove off in a BMW but were intercepted nearby and arrested at gunpoint. They're currently being questioned. Hundreds of people have paid an emotional farewell to Matthew Barclay, the teenager who drowned during the Surf Lifesaving Championships on the Gold Coast last week. The 14-year-old was remembered as a loyal, loving and cheeky boy instead of the controversy surrounding his death at Kurrawa Beach. A man's body has been found in the smouldering ruins of a $1 million Melbourne home. The house was engulfed in flames early this morning following an explosion in the property's garage. A second man, believed to be the father of the deceased, escaped the blaze.
By the intensity of the fire and how badly damaged the house is, he's been very lucky to escape.
And a weatherboard home in Perth's east has been badly damaged. No one was inside the Bassendean home when it went up in flames. The cause of the blaze isn't known. The ACTU has voted to suspend the Health Services Union over allegations of financial mismanagement. It follows the much-anticipated release this week into its affairs by Fair Work Australia and allegations Labor MP Craig Thompson misused his union credit card. Mia Greaves reports from Canberra. To the AFL's latest race controversy now. Melbourne has sacked its major sponsor after a series of racist and sexist online rants by the company's founder. The Demons have labelled the comments by Energy Watch CEO Ben Pollis a disgrace. He'd targeted Indigenous players, women, even the Prime Minister on Facebook.
We will deal with this issue financially, but at no stage will we ever compromise the integrity and the values of our organisation.
Pollis is yet to apologise but is said to be deeply embarrassed. The Rebels Rugby Club and Melbourne Victory are also reviewing their ties with the company. Police have warned they'll be out in force across WA this Easter period after double demerit points came into force at midnight. 7's Blake Johnson has more.
Natalia, good afternoon. It was a fairly low-key launch at the Police Academy in Joondalup today. Police Minister Rob Johnson and Commander Michelle Fyfe reminding drivers that police will be watching the main roads in and out of and indeed around Perth for this Easter long weekend. Michelle Fyfe says it is the busiest weekend on the roads, and last year 14,000 drivers were busted for speeding. Today she reminded us of the so-called Fatal Five.
Those driving behaviours that are overrepresented in fatal crashes. We're talking about speeding, talking about drink and drug driving, not wearing seatbelts, driving whilst distracted, so driving whilst talking on a mobile phone or something like that, and driving whilst fatigued.
And also a reminder, double demerits are in place. They started this morning and go right through until the end of Monday.
It's feared a shortage of blood donations could cripple Perth hospitals during the holiday period. The Red Cross has issued a desperate appeal and says one donation can save up to 3 lives. The organisation needs 60,000 donations over the next week.
We need all types of blood, particularly O negatives is something we always need because patients that have trauma accidents and we don't particularly know what type of blood they are, we can give them O neg, but we need all types, and we're really trying to encourage people to come in this Easter Monday.
And on 7 News at 6, an exclusive report, a personal plea from 13-year-old Jamie Wareham. He was given just a 5% chance of survival but defied the odds with the help of donated blood. And still to come on the afternoon news, finance with the West Australian's Neil Pryor, plus a helping hand for a grieving family. And running from Augusta to Dunsborough for a cause. Time to check the financial markets now with the West Australian's finance reporter Neil Pryor. The survivors of Australia's deadliest house fire have been handed the keys to their new house in southeast Queensland. Just 3 men managed to escape the blaze, which killed 11 of their relatives last August. The local community pulled together to build them a new home. Carly Waters is at Slacks Creek. After the break, the top stories from regional WA with Noel Brunning in the GWN News Studios in Bunbury. And cleaning up in Dallas after those terrifying tornadoes. Still to come on the afternoon news, Basil Zemplis will have the team changes just announced for round 2 of the AFL. And I'll tell you if the rain is going to hang around. Round 2 in the AFL kicks off tonight. Basil Zemplis joins me now with this weekend's key ins and outs. Thanks, Baz. 13 millimetres of rain for the city last night, but the skies have cleared now and we're in for a sunny Easter long weekend. A top of 25 for Good Friday, 30 on Saturday, 31 degrees on Easter Sunday and 32 for the holiday Monday. Even hotter conditions expected on Tuesday. And that's it from the Perth News Desk for now, but stay with us. After the break, Mark Ferguson will have the rest of the afternoon news.